Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of All the Gear and No Idea. Starting this first clip off with a bit of a routine, straight to Death's office. So we're doing a bit of a Raxor for our Reaper task, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was, as the path was open, and so was the top path, so, you know, I just had to watch out for the spiders or the mirrorbacks, but overall, I think I went alright. Ended up getting a bit of a nice drop here, as you can see in a second. There you go, 10 out of 10 kills, so they're only on Reaper tasks. I wasn't really doing it for any other reason. I don't really enjoy this boss that much at the moment, but I'm sure I'll grow to like it. I mean, it's a pretty old boss at these days, but you know, it still stands up with their weapons, like the Nox Scythe, Nox Bow and all that. But other than that, not a too bad of a drop. I've got the middle piece there, so I was quite happy with that drop. Then I wasn't recording and went and did some Vindicta and got the Dragon Rider Lance drop. Quite happy with that too. I think that's within drop rate. I mean, not too bad. I got 4 out of, what's that? I couldn't believe I couldn't add that up. 4 out of 8 of the drops. So getting there, and 2 of the pets, so that's going to be the hardest part. Yeah, quite happy with that as well. So that was a good little first hour on the game. Then we went to my favourite boss so far, I reckon, which is Kerapac. Really enjoying a bit of Kerapac. Normal mode, unfortunately, like hard mode requires a bit too much damage output for what I'm able to do at the moment. Like I'm hoping the better I get with start learning like manual and getting more damage, I'll be able to pull through it a bit better. But at the moment, my damage is lacking, so it's really hard to get through. I'm able to get to phase 4, but as I start killing the minions, it just takes me out. Like just the damage that Kerapac does, that you have to like just know your defensives and when to use them and how to use them, and the time warp is just, for me, it's just all a bit too much at the moment. But for normal mode, I'm really enjoying it. Getting a few kills in here and there, just as like filler kills, sort of like. I don't know what I really want to do out of Reaper tasks. I kind of just go do some Kerapac. Hopefully get like a drop on normal mode. Like you can still get some good drops, just no staff piece. But unfortunately, not lucky yet. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Shouldn't be too long. We should see something. Then it was time for the boss that I set myself up in the last video. A bit of Talos. Now, I went in this very blind, very minimal guides I watched and a bit of how to just sort jump in there, give it a shot, like, you know, 0% enrage, how hard can that be? And yeah, my God, I was wrong. Like this thing here, there's a lot going on. Like, I mean, like, if you follow the rotations, it's not too bad. Like the first, I mean, I was no good at really dodging anything and trying to block the beams and whatnot, but when you saw the rotation coming, I was figuring it out pretty quickly on how to avoid what was going on. And like I was doing pretty good damage where I could just skip through the first few phases pretty quick. But what got me hard was the last phase, like the 4th phase. Unfortunately, like I see people doing like, oh, sorry, not 4th. What is it? Yeah, it's 4th. I'm seeing people doing like the 5th phase, and that thing's a bit crazy. But obviously, you got to work your way up to that in the enrages. And for me, luckily, I was only just doing 0% enrage, just giving it a shot, testing it out. And I thought I did alright, like I was doing alright. I made it down to like the 4th phase. I'm like, oh, this is cruisy, you know, nothing hard about it. And then it smacks me, and it smacks me hard. Because unless you know what's coming, it's gonna hit you hard. It's gonna one shot you straight away. Like you gotta have a real good idea on like defensives and praise and what to like target cycle first. I'm not really target cycle, but what to hit first when it spawns the minions. Like one of them stuns you, that red one, that's a pain in the ass, that one. Like take him out first, take the other 3 out. Should have really been using like chins, but I was like panicking and then eating, and then he's using his his rotation on me, and that was it. I was just losing it all together. But I managed to get through to the second fighter. I don't even know what they call those things, and then insta killed. Like. Anyway, so then after that, I unlocked some necks. And I thought, you know, necks would be a good filler to learn from, like starting off learning from, getting a bit more of a rotation and a bit more going on. Like If you just look at like Arc Laser, that is one that I'd like doing a lot. That's pretty basic rotation. You just got to have adrenaline and abilities off cooldown at the right time, and then you'll be pretty good. I just keep messing up on that, just silly mistakes, but the rotation I have a good down pat on. Kara Pack's pretty straightforward as long as you jump around in time. Like, that's very basic as well. But next, I'm sure next is easy for a lot of people, but starting off, like, there's a lot more going on in each phase, I believe. So like the first phase is pretty straightforward. Just get it down to 160,000 health, take out the first minion, and run around. Then he hits the shadow phase, and the shadow phases. I mean, like, if you can power through it, it's alright. But if you can't, then this thing just comes up close to you, starts hitting you constant damage, and spawns this little thing underneath you, and oh my god, man, it's just like you're trying to surge away and spam abilities, so you keep hitting it and doing damage, and there's a lot going on. I was like trying hard, and I made it through a few kills, and then I'm just like, oh, I need a break. There's a lot going on in this thing. And then like you got like the blood phase where you got to be careful not to bleed it, and obviously you can see on my bar I've got bleeds on, so I just had to kind of out DPS his heal there, which wasn't too bad. Like, I got pretty lucky on a lot of my hits and managed to take it down. Sometimes I didn't, sometimes I did. And then you got to the ice phase, and the ice phase was easy enough where if you vitality pot and then you quickly DPS it down, you can skip this, like getting blocked again by the ice prism, which isn't too bad. And then for the last phase, I thought I had to kite it around, which is completely wrong. Like, I mean, you can, but I actually ended up finding it easy just standing still and just trying to prey flick his hits. I think most of the time it was like either mage or melee, so you could just guess which one it was and tend to get it right and just soul split in between, and which helped a lot. So that was next for me, which we got there. I mean, I've done a few kills now, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit, to be honest with you. Then I had a few death touch darts that I thought I'd use at next. So test my luck, and I ended up getting a 12 plate body. So the only thing is I just wasn't recording because I thought death touch darts would be pretty boring and I wouldn't really get anything. So quite happy with that, to be honest with you. Very happy with that. I decided to go to next with one of my mates who's a real experienced PVMer, like crazy good. And this is just how fast a kill is with someone that knows what they're doing. So got the dummy out. I'll just run across here. This is where he told me we should be standing. And it's just it's so fast, man. Like, people that know what they're doing is so quick. Like, to keep up with them, I was just like attacking next to, and he was like killing off the minions. I didn't even know we were that far through the kill. It was like that quick. Like you can see there, straight across. Now the shadow phase, and it just DPSs him down quick as straight to the minion. Like, and I'm just trying to click on. I can't even get the clicks right, and he's already killed it. Like, it was real. I couldn't even believe how fast it was. Like I've seen videos of people doing it this quick, but when you're with someone that knows what they're doing and can like take it out that fast as well, it just blows your mind. And then straight through the blood phase, straight onto the ice phase. Luckily for me, he was the one that mainly got prisoned. Not so much good for like the kill speeds, but if you just look at him go, like, there you go, that's the end of prison phase. Oh, ice phase, sorry. And then like just trying to eat up because bit of a random attack this one, like mage. Then you, like, lucky for me, it's like it was mage, but you can get close and look on my overheads. Yep. Anyway, that was the kill that quick, so quite happy with that. He ended up getting the chaps, but I told him we can keep it just for carrying me for a few kills. I was also able to get my 1,000 boss kills to unlock the adrenaline crystal at War's Retreat, which was a big upgrade in terms of getting up adrenaline before the start of the fight to start off with the death swiftness, which I wasn't able to do beforehand. But I kind of didn't have anything to help stall adrenaline, so I wasn't really good at it. Sometimes you just start running or waiting between fights, you look away for a second and there you go, all your adrenaline's gone. So I wanted to get the infernal puzzle box, and I needed to upgrade that. So I did a bit of archaeology to get to 40 to do the quest. Did the quest and did the mini games real quick. Ended up getting the tier 3 puzzle box, so I was quite happy with that. And that's just made a huge difference on kill speeds since getting that. Like, just been able to get in, start off with a Death's Witness, Dren Pot, and then do a little bit, try and attempt a rotation and see if it knocks off any time, which I was like, noticed it made a huge difference in a few of my kills, which I was happy with. And that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, I got a few extra kills here and there, but it was mainly just going through Arca Gang and a little bit more Karapak. But on the next video, I'm going to mix it up, and this is where we're going to start learning how to do manual rotations, like start seeing if we can boost up that DPM and really fly through some fights, but that's going to take a while, so stay tuned for the next video. What was else I was going to say? I also want to start working on getting boss logs completed as well, so that's going to be a part of what I'll be aiming for while learning how to do my manual rotations. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Laters.